Hello boys and girls, this is Mr. Kizik, and in this video we're going to be looking at what should mostly be a review because we've been doing this for the entire year, uh, operations with polynomials. So remember, polynomial is just anything that's more than one term, three or more terms here. And remember, when I'm just working with polynomials, you just with adding and subtracting and combine like terms, and then remember with multiplication, we have to do FOIL, and then division. Well, we'll look at that in a minute. So adding and subtracting. So with this one here, if I look, remember, just combine like terms here. So if I look, 3x squared, what does that combine with? X squared. And we are adding here, so 3x squared plus x squared is 4x squared. Next, I look at the positive 11x. That combines with the negative 5x. So 11x plus negative 5x is plus 6x. And then this positive 4 combines with the negative 13. So 4 minus 13 would be negative 9. And as it says, write your answer in standard form. Remember, that would be in terms from the highest exponent to the lowest exponent. And that's it. Just like it says up here, you just gotta watch out for subtraction sign. So, like for number 3 here, for example, that just means I have a negative 2k squared minus 2k minus 17. So 5k cubed, there is no other cube term, so that is going to go first. Negative 2k squared, looks like it combines with this negative 2k squared, so that's going to be minus 4k squared. Positive 2k, looks like combines with a negative 2k, which 2k minus 2k would give me 0. And then this last part here, we got a negative 17, which doesn't combine with anything else. So we're done. And that is it. All right, multiplying polynomials. So let's look at that. So remember, to multiply polynomials, we're going to basically distribute or multiply across there, combine any like terms at the end, and then just make sure we got standard form. So like if I look at number 6 here, you're basically just distributing the w across the parentheses. So I'd get w cubed plus 2w squared plus w. And now I gotta multiply this negative 7 minus 7w squared minus 14w minus 7. And then combine like terms. Let's see, a w cubed, nothing combines there, so we just leave that alone. 2w squared combines with a negative 7w squared, so that's going to give you negative 5w squared. W minus 14w gives me minus 13w, and then minus 7. Right? So that's how you just do the, multiply. So nothing new here right now. So let's actually just move on to the next one here. So really the new thing here is just really dividing polynomials. And this really is not new either because we've talked about this. So when dividing polynomials by a monomial, so by one term here, as it says, the two steps are you're going to divide each term in the numerator by the monomial in the denominator, and then write your answers in standard form. And then if you do have any negative exponents, to rewrite them as such. So if I look at number 13, what you're going to do is just going to take 9m cubed divided by 3m. Well, what's 9 divided by 3? 3. What's m cubed divided by m? M squared. And then I do the same thing with the other term. Negative 24m squared divided by 3m is going to give you negative 8m. That's in standard form. There's no negative exponents, so we are done here. Okay. Let's look at, say, number 15. Number 15, if you recall here, this negative exponent, what does this really mean? Remember, this negative exponent really means 1 over that thing here. So that means this is really 1 over 2ab. which means I'm really dividing this whole thing by 2ab. So I'm just going to take each term and divide it by that. So 14a fourth b cubed divided by 2ab. Well, 14 divided by 2 is 7. A fourth divided by a is a cubed. And b cubed divided by b is b squared. Now, the next one, when I divide it, 20a squared b squared divided by 2ab. 20 divided by 2 is 10. A squared divided by a is a. B squared divided by b is b. Now, when I do the last term, 2ab divided by 2ab, well, they're the same terms. So what happens? Well, that means they cancel each other out. Doesn't mean I don't write anything. It means I add 1, right? Because if I think about like 5 divided by 5, that's 1. Well, something divided by itself is going to be 1, and we need to include that. All right. Next one here. Let's look at 17. So again, I go through all the different terms here. So 30x cubed divided by 3x squared. 30 divided by 3 is 10. X cubed divided by x squared is x. Next one here. Negative 12x squared divided by 3x squared. Well, negative 12 divided by 3 is negative 4. And then what's x squared divided by x squared? They cancel each other out, so I'm left with just 1. So it's just the minus 4. And then I do the next one, 9x divided by 3x squared. Well, 9 divided by 3 is 3. And then x divided by x squared. Remember, properties of exponents, that would mean I get a negative 1 here. So what does that really mean here? All right, what does that mean? Remember, negative 1 means that the x is on the bottom of my, if I have a negative exponent, it means it's at the bottom of my problem. So I'd really write this as 10x, and then remember what I do in standard form too, plus 3 over x minus 4. Oops, forgot the x here. And remember, these two cannot combine here because this has an x on the bottom and this doesn't, and the x is not on the bottom. So you would leave your answer like this here. And like I said, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a very short video because most of this was reviewed. And that is it with the basic operations of monomials and polynomials. So what I would like you to do is, let me see here. I would like you to do numbers 2, 3, 5, 6. Actually, do I even want to do that? No. Actually, skip all that. Don't want you to do any of that on the top here. I want you to do numbers 13 through 20 here instead, right?